Thanks for staying with us on SABC News. Luxury goods seem to be thriving despite troubling economic times. When the rand slipped to its weakest point in June, luxury goods maker Richemont gained 1.49%. And in the past, during a recession in Asia, LVMH, the company behind Louis Vuitton handbags, recorded a €6 billion annual profit on sales of €28 billion. That's more than £6 million an hour. Now, for more on luxury retail, Annicia Manyaapelo, founder of Niche Luxe, joins me in studio now. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News.
Thank you for the invitation.
How do we define luxury goods and what's the appetite for them in South Africa?
Well, you know, South Africa still has a very small luxury goods business market. We're still trying to catch up with the biggest conglomerates in the world, the LVMHs and so forth, but we're still at some very, very infant stages. So currently, I think that there's quite a few designers and lifestyle product makers like Aiswara Luxury Teas, etc., who are really doing great things in the market. Currently, she's now at Harrods, which is quite a mean feat for a brand that started in South Africa. So that's kind of where we need to see ourselves going, not just winning in South Africa, but also making it into the biggest department stores in the world.
I was reading earlier that South Africa is home to over 40,000 high net worth individuals. So you'd think with this and with billions of US dollars, with this amount of money here, is there a gap between the perception of what kind of luxury goods these individuals want to buy? Because I know we've got luxury brands like Tula Cindy, we've got luxury brands like Maxhosa. Do people view those on the same level as a Balenciaga or
I wish,
like that?
Then my job would be easier. The reason I'm in business is to make sure that people view Tula Cindy and Maxhosa in the same vein as Balenciaga, because Africa is such a, it's the home of creativity, and so there's no shortage of that. What is missing is the ability for our brands to grow to levels of success. And you know that requires a lot, not just from individuals, individual brands, but from governments in different countries to support the creative industry. So we still have a long way to go, and hats off to the ones who are leading the way that we've mentioned.
There's also a big drive by these big international luxury companies such as Porsche, Bentley, Louis Vuitton to come into countries like Nigeria, Kenya and South Africa.
Sure.
How then do these type of designers compete to make sure that they get to that level and that perception is equaled out?
I think the greatest advice I could give is be authentic, because I think that the world is so tired of the same old European story, because they've told their story a million times. And the world now is ready for the African story, and how we tell our stories through our goods and our services and through our garments and our art and our design. So I think that don't look to compete like they do. Let's try something new. Let's give the world something fresh and new, a new perspective, and honor our narrative. I think that's what's gonna make us win.
The way people spend money, especially high net worth individuals, on art or luxury goods, in South Africa, do we see that there is a willingness to do that even if you have the money, or is it the case of even if you have the money, sometimes you actually don't want to buy luxury goods and you're happy with not spending your money on that?
The answer there is that there are different kind of money spenders. You know, there are certain people who buy art to keep it for investment purposes. They don't even put it up, you know. There are certain people who buy art to enjoy it because they love the artist and they just want, and art is not deco, so don't even try and match it to your coffee table or whatever, because that doesn't work. But there are different types of individuals, and I think to kind of answer the question that you asked earlier about being recession-proof, basically, is the fact that it depends on the market and also the culture of the people, because Asia has a very different culture to America. You know, America are big spenders and they spend quite a bit of their money. So it's very recession-proof country. But Asia did take a dip. The luxury market did take a dip when the country was going through a bit, I think 2 years, 3 years ago. So it's very reflective of the culture of the people. So it's not, you know, one stroke is the same for everybody. So it depends on the people and the culture of those people. In South Africa, we've got two economies. You know, we've got the black middle class, and then we've got the high-end, wealthy white who have made their money over generations. So they are happy to spend a lot of money on art and to acquire luxury goods. But they are not spending, you know, money in the smaller brands, you know, so that's the kind of stuff that we need to encourage, and so that they can see Thulasindie Maxhosa on the same level as Balenciaga.
Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Annicia from Niche Luxe. It's now time for us to take a look at how African markets and currencies are performing.